is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a battle report for you today. If you guys are new to the channel, we are #1 ranked Chaos Space Marine player in the world right now. We just got Nova points came back. We're 6th in the world, 2nd in the Northeast. I'm sorry, not Northeast, in the United States. So if you guys are new, ITC ranking is how they rank 40k players across the world. We just got new points from Nova. We got Worlds coming up in November, and we got Las Vegas Open. So if you guys are Dirtbags, definitely come up and say hi. I got some limited edition Dirtbag dice to give out, but that's going to be coming up in January. There's a lot of stuff coming to the channel. We did just get a merch store. The merch store is brand new. If you guys want to check out some merch we got up on the new website over at the 40k Dirtbags print on demand merch store. You guys can see here is a bunch of custom-made shirts that you guys can get. A bunch of orcs, Imperial Guard, no ponies is heresy, and then we got the Dirtbag swag as well. Abdominus Nox, I gotta get that t-shirt. But yeah, a bunch of Dirtbag swag. If you guys want to support the channel, definitely head over there. These jerseys are legit. We got some beer koozies, some muscle tees, and these jerseys for the 40k Dirtbag Nation. These are really cool, and they're all really comfortable. I would definitely suggest getting the 4-ounce if you guys are going to get this. But the other merch we got going on is the actual merch. If you guys want to message me through Discord specifically, we got the poker chips that are really good for objective markers and sticky objectives, and then we got the Cypher, which should be in every single Chaos Space Marine list. We have the Khaled Assassin Old School Kodias, which I'm going to be running this weekend at the RTT. The limited edition Dirtbag dice. These are going to be sold very soon. Once they're gone, they're gone. Not buying this type of Dirtbag dice again. And the widgets are legit. You can't lose them. They're very bright green and bright orange. And all the stickers in the world. These stickers are actually on t-shirts as well. If you guys like the design, head over to the merch store so you guys can get some of those t-shirts as well. So this video, it was really fun. It was actually Death Guard, which I haven't run in a while, versus Craig's Chaos Demons. We're going to be going over picture by picture, turn by turn, what we did good, what we could have worked on, and kind of give you a battle report on the Death Guard and Chaos. And these are the type of battle reports that we take pictures of. We do streams on the channel if you guys want to check out some live streams. If you guys are Patreons, we post them all first on patreon.com. And we have coaching on the Patreon Dirtbag Nation. It's all on patreon.com. If you guys are competitive Dirtbags, you get list ideas, tactics, any questions, you guys get to message me one-on-one. And then if you guys are grandmasters, all that, plus we get to play a specific list that you guys want to see live on battle reports. That's if you guys are grandmasters, and you get a call once a month from some coaching, whether it be me or another coach on the Dirtbag Nation. So if you guys want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com. That's where we basically are trying to grow 40k as a competitive but friendly environment, and be a dirtbag at the same time. So you just have to have fun playing, and if you're good at it, it's more fun when you play. So we're going to get into the battle report. We're going to go over lists first, and then we're going to go over each turn and see what we did good, what we could have got better, and let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, and how we can improve on the channel to get these battle reports better for you guys every single time. Alright, today we got Death Guard. We're leading it off with the big old new Morty model. That's not a proxy or 3D printed, so super happy about that. 2 of the Flesh Mower guys, they got the little zombies below them, like little choppy. We got a Tallyman, who on a 7+, which I haven't rolled in 17 games, is going to give me a CP. 3 squads of Death Shroud Terminators, 6-man units. They're all just kind of basic 6-mans. We're testing some sorcerers in each one. So we actually have a sorcerer there, and these 2 are also sorcerers. They have the 2+, it's -1 damage in melee. They also have once per game Kamehameha, which is +2 strength, +2 damage, and I think +2 AP, but we'll check that. And then we have 2 predators, 2 last cannons, 2 predator autocannons up top. And then we got some, I believe, combi bolters. We got a good old school Typhus metal with 20 Poxwalkers. 2 Nurglings just for, points. But this unit I'm super excited about if he brought any infantry, and he did not. So this is going to be super, super fun 2K list of Death Guard. What do we got today?
Today I've got a slightly more traditional Chaos Demons army. We have the Great Unclean one with the Endless Gift, so it's got the 4 Feel No Pain on it. I have Shalaxi Hellbane. I have 2 Keepers of Secrets. Neither of them have an enhancement to keep things easy for myself. I've got 2 Slanesh Soul Grinders. I have a squad of Seekers, the best unit in the Codex. And then I have 2 squads of Plague Bearers, and I'll have 1 3 blob squad of Nurglings in this list.
Nice. All right, guys, so here is the battle. We got Burden of Trust, which if you guys haven't played this mission, it is a very unique mission, I would say. You definitely have to practice it to make sure that you know the rules of it. This is where you get to guard an objective. The way you guard an objective is you have to start on a controlled objective and survive till the next command phase to get those points. Now, how you mark it, it's either at the end of the turn, that turn, or you get it in the next command phase of the next turn. Somebody let me know how you mark it, because we actually played this again with Brian this week, and we were both marking it in different phases, but we both had the same score, so it didn't matter at the end. But this one, you get 4 points if you control one of the objectives in the command phase in the center. You don't get anything for holding your home field objective. You do, I believe, get 1 if you're holding the opponent's objective, and you can Burden of Trust, which is guarding your home objective on turn 2 onwards. So you can guard your home field, but you can't control it or get 4 points, but you can burden, guard, and get the center objectives as well. So keep that in mind when you see like the scores of 4, 8, or 12. Now, for his deployment, it's the center deployment, 9 inches from the center. He's got a big old fat John right in the center with the 4-up Feel No Pain, which is just super annoying to deal with. He's got his Slanesh Demons ready to pounce. The Seekers have the Scout 9. Plague Bearers, he's got Plague Bearers in reserves. The Shalaxi in reserves as well. And then he's got 2 of these Soul Grinders that can get picked up and brought back down. Some Nurglings in the back to kind of block out the backfield. And I put my Nurglings over here just to see if we get engaged on all fronts, because engage with Death Guard is super hard to get. But we're super close to the edge, and then we have our other Nurglings over here to try and stop the scout move as much as possible in the center. So he doesn't line up the Seekers, and I can't move outside my deployment zone, which has happened against other Death Guard plenty of times. And then we have Typhus and his whole 20-man zombies right here. We have a unit starting on the table over here with the Death Shroud. We have Morty right in the center because he doesn't have a ton of shooting. The Flesh Mower back here, and then we have the 2 Predators ready to move up and get some shots off on the big demons over there. The Tally Man is waiting in the back just to hopefully can roll 7. Not the best model in the game, but then we have 2 units in reserves, both deep striking. One is the goal is to rapid ingress to try and get into combat with them, but yeah, this idea is to try and limit the damage as much as possible in combat, because Death Shroud Terminators are really easy to kill if they're not led by a unit, and if you could just shoot them to death, that would be the best way to do it. But in combat, we're going to try and get the damage down as much as possible. That's why the Sorcerer's in the squad, and then the 1-2 CP strat to get another -1 damage as well, which is going to come up in this game. So turn 1, our boy gets to go first. He basically moves up his Seeker Scout 9 and then gets onto the objective over here. The other demon moves up and charges the Nurglings, which we did pick -1 to hit this round because the other one doesn't matter against his invuln saves. So the -1 weapon skill and ballistic skill was huge during this matchup, but he charges in. My Nurglings doesn't kill it, so the Nurglings actually live on 1 guy, I believe, with 1 wound, because we did make 1 6-up save. So he lives. He's not able to pop back onto the objective, so now he's got this big Slanesh demon just waiting there. Now, if I do fail my battle shock or my leadership test next round, they take mortal wounds, so the Nurglings just died either way. But turn 1, he gets Bring It Down and Mark for Death, so not the best turn 1. He then spent a CP to get No Prisoners, which he was able to kill my Nurglings on turn 1. So then we just scooch up. He moves up his big fat guy in the center. This chick ran down and we moved up and ran. I can't control the objective, so I don't want to give him the secondary where if he kills models on objective, he gets points. So they can't control it anyway, so we basically just scooted over here to try and block some type of deep strike / charging this way. We move up our predator over here, other predator over here, so we have line of sight onto this demon, and then a line of sight going straight down. Since this is one terrain piece, we can then see this demon as well because he's touching it. So since he's touching that terrain piece right there, we're able to get line of sight straight down this way and then straight down that way, so we can get some last cannons on this demon. The goal is to kill this demon, tie up this demon, and wait for this demon to come in and play next turn. So that's the goal, is to just try and mop up this side of the board, camp on this objective, camp the backfield, and fight over the center. That's going to be the goal in this mission. So everybody scooches up. You can see this big ass wave of just bodies moving up with Mortarion to come in and kill this chick, as well as get some pot shots off and charges onto these seekers back here. So my turn, we get engage on all fronts, which again, these guys started over there for that specific reason, and then assassinate. I have to kill her. I'm sorry, we get Aerial Denial. Assassinates next turn. Aerial Denial, so I'm probably not going to get that with this big guy in there, as there's no way I'm killing it. So we have to ditch Aerial Denial for a CP. But we do manage to kill this chick because we got a ton of shots off on her. Took her down to like 4 or 5 wounds before we made the charge. And then when we made the charge, Mortarion finished her off, and then these guys were able to kind of pile backwards onto the objective back here. So we have Mortarion, all the Terminators, the zombies charged this guy over here. I kept Typhus away from line of sight so he doesn't pick off Typhus. That would have sucked. And then this guy charged in as well. Now the Great Unclean ones are not the best into vehicles. Once I played Craig and I found out they're only strength 8, I just charge my rhinos in any vehicle that's toughness 9 or more into him, and then he wounds you on 5s. Like, it's not the best thing. So the flesh mower running in, I wasn't worried about him dying. He's going to do more sweep attacks into the zombies than he is into the flesh mower. So we stole the home field objective, or the center objective. He didn't have the chick on this objective, so he gets a whopping 0 for primary turn 2 because of how we basically set up the board going into round 2. So this chick died, finishes it up with this. So pile onto the objective, pile on the objective. All these guys died as well. And then Typhus, again, is behind the terrain so he doesn't get sniped out. And then we did this after he swept. So on his turn, he moves up his one chick over here. He deep struck the Soul Forge within 6, so that way he has a 6-inch charge onto my Predator. So the Predators do get a whopping this game, which is expected because I can't stop really a 6-inch charge. I rapid ingress. Since he brought his dudes down here, this is a good tactic. I rapid ingress 9 inches away behind my head in this corner on the objective, because he wasn't there at that point. He was, I think, more this way. So I was 9 inches away from her when I came in, and 9 inches away from these guys. So that way, if he does make the charge, he has to charge my Terminators and my Nurglings. His goal was just to make a 9-inch charge, or a 6-inch charge, no, an 8-inch charge into my Nurglings to try and steal this point. So instead, I came down on the point with my rapid ingress. That way, if he does make the charge, I can then either counter charge, or he has to charge me innately because I'm right next to the Nurglings at this point. So it would be -2 to hit me because of the Nurglings and the Death Guard aura, and they could probably just sweep up these guys with their 2 damage attacks anyway. So this is probably a game-winning play right here, because that gets me 4 for primary, and he's not able to get on the point, so I can just defend it next turn anyway. Over here, we're still fighting in the center. He gets secure no man's land and engage in all fronts, so he's able to engage pretty easily. He gets this big guy in my backfield. He came in within 3 inches, so he can't charge, but he comes in within 3 inches and kills my Banana Man. So the guy that was on the objective that gets me the CP, he dies at the top of 2, so that was fun. He kind of leaves Mortarion and the squad up here alone, and he's basically just trying to get some primary and secondary points on the bottom here. So he's controlling my backfield pretty easily. He's got the center still, and then his thing up top here. So on my turn, I get a big 12 points on primary because we control 1, 2, and 3. So it gets me 12 points. And then I think we start to defend this backfield, but I can't really defend it because there's only a predator on it, which is going to die next turn. So we start to defend this objective, we start to defend this objective, and we start to defend this objective. So next turn we're trying to defend all 3 objectives. But we do bring in our deep strike units. This is after he kills the guy. So he kills the 2 Nurglings. He then kills my predator, obviously, because that was easy. And he fails to charge these guys because he doesn't really want to charge into me. So he keeps them there. And then on my turn, I deep strike my other squad that was still in reserves up here because he had I had assassinate and no prisoners. So I have to try and kill models and get rid of his defend. So he defended with his Nurglings up top here in his turn. So if I kill them, he loses out on those 2 points by defending his home field objective. So I come down, I shoot, I believe, the Nurglings, and then I make the charge onto the other unit that was on his home field objective, the Nurgle battle line unit. Plague Bearers, I just went mind blank. Plague Bearers on his objective. So I made that 9-inch charge. I rolled a 10, so I got most of them in combat, and then I cleared his home field objective back here with a whole squad of Terminators and a Sorcerer. The other guy was able to fall back. I wanted to charge the Plague Bearers, but I failed like a 4-inch charge. So this guy's just kind of chilling in the center, not really doing anything. Morty's moving up to try and get as much damage onto this Great Unclean One as I possibly can. So after Morty charges in, this guy's kind of defending the zone up here, doing the defend every turn. He's got a big guy in my backfield. The other guy got picked up. Shalaxi, the character, Slanesh character, rapid ingressed in this side because he's bullet point right to Mortarion, and then these guys finished off the Plague Bearers over here, trying to run away from this chick and keep holding the point just for primary. Like the goal is I'm up on primary now. If I could just keep camping the objectives on the primary, I potentially could just win the game based off of primary, and if I can get some type of good secondaries were not the best in this game, but we have most of this up here. Terminators came in to join. Typhus is still trying to hide from this dude. And do we kill him this turn? We do not. So he's still alive in the center. Shalaxi made her charge, obviously, on Mortarion, and I think I failed 5 out of 6 saves on Mortarion, and it's, I think, 38 damage, Craig said, into Mortarion, which I failed almost all of the Field of Pains. So Mortarion just got one-shotted by Shalaxi. She's get full reroll to hit, full reroll to wound, and full reroll damage. She makes the charge because I was within 1 inch of the wall over here. So she's now in combat with me over here. Up here, he brought down his dude back here to try and make a 6-inch charge, which I believe he does. We decide to interrupt, I believe, with these guys. So when we... I think that was the save on his dude, bringing it down to 1 damage. So when he made the charge off over here, we interrupted and took this guy down to 1. So he finishes on 1 wound, didn't manage to kill him. But with the -1 damage with all of our sorcerers, the 3 damage weapons are not doing as much. The Shalaxi, -1 damage, not doing as much. Not into Morty. Morty freaking died. But all the Terminators having the -1 damage in combat really affects Demons a lot. Even going down to 2 damage for all their damage 3 weapons, just not a fun time for Craig's part. This roll, I forget what it was. It might have been... I forget what this roll was, but it was that bad. It might have been saves or hits. It might have been hits. I think he needs a 3+ to hit, and he rolls 1-3. It was just the -1 weapon skill guys is just so good against Demons. So we live with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's obsec 5. We control the point prior, so we still control in our turn because of sticky. So since it was sticky and we're tying it, I technically still control it because of the sticky objective the turn prior. So that helped out a lot with Death Guard stickiness. Like I said, this guy only has 1 wound left. I shoot my pistols in combat, don't kill it, which sucked, because anti-infantry is not good into vehicles. This guy's got 6 wounds left. We finally killed the Grand Unclean one, but he's got Shalaxi right in the center point, which I can't control it anymore. Typhus, I think, is by himself. There might be one little zombie guy left over here, but then they fail, and then the Battle Shock test does D3 mortals, which then they die anyway. So he picked Call the Horde, which that got him 5 points for Call the Horde because it was a 20-man unit. So that failed Battle Shock got him 5 points for Call the Horde, which was nuts. This guy is still, again, controlling the top field objective. He's getting me 12 points every turn. So I got 4, 4, and 4. He stole the center objective, but I was able to defend here because they were still alive. But I think I have to control it, which I do. So defended there, and I didn't defend back there because I wasn't on the point to start the defend. Like I said, this secondary of this mission is kind of confusing, but once you get it, it's easy to remember to keep defending every single turn. So going in his turn 4, guys, he finally gets 8 points for primary because he holds the backfield objective and the center objective. So he gets 8 points, and then he's able to start defending. His secondaries are Cleanse, which he can't really do, and then Establish Locus, which he does in my backfield. So the guy on my point is now establishing in my deployment zone and defending. So that's going to be huge back there. But this is basically him just cleaning up the board. We leave this because we have it sticky. I decide to leave it and try and get to charge off and get more bodies on the center objective to try and steal it from him. But Shalaxi just does so much work, so I was like, screw that, I'm just going to run back to keep trying to defend the home field objective. So Shalaxi kills Typhus, kills the Terminators, kills the Sorcerer, everything on the center objective. So center objective is his. I can't go anywhere near the center objective anymore. These guys are starting to get whittled down, but what's funny about this one is this is where we start doing Disgustingly Resilient, which is the 2 CP -1 damage in combat. So with the Sorcerer still alive, I'm able to do -1 damage, and then, on a 2+, and then 2 CP I go down to another damage. So he's only doing 1 damage attacks going into my Terminators, which is just hilariously bad for the Demons player. Yeah, so all he has left is this demon on my on the right objective, Shalaxi in the center, and then the Soul Grinder on mine. We finally killed the 1 wound vehicle in the back here. We have our Sorcerer left and 2 Terminators with the Flesh Mower. And he's about to launch Shalaxi into his home field objective. He made this one sticky. He made this one sticky. He brought up the Soul Grinder, brought it back down in this objective, and then Shalaxi basically gets to advance all the way up to here and make that charge off back here. I probably should have just backed them up as far as I possibly could, so that way he had to kind of run around or charge around to get onto the charge range, but instead I put him too far forward so that way they were in range of the charge. I didn't even think about him yeeting Shalaxi from back here all the way up in my face. So that was a bad idea. But also we did the same thing. So we -1 damage with Shalaxi, and then we spent 2 CP even on these 3 guys to get down to another -1 damage. So he's trying to kill my character to stop that, but my character goes down to 2 wounds, and the other guy is just fine. So this was just a hilarious situation. Shalaxi, 450 points, doing 1 damage attacks. It was bad. And then he finally clears off my home field objective down here. And then we finish up. That was the end of turn, top of 5. My turn 5, we get Sabotage, which we were able to do in this zone, and then this guy is able to kind of move over here and do it in that zone. So we're able to do Sabotage pretty easily. I think, no, he just does it in the all right, so he basically just does it on that objective to get an easy 6 points on turn 5. We then get Defend Stronghold, which we ditch. We get Call a Horde, which we can't get, and then we get Extend Battle Lines on turn 5. So these are our points, guys. Craig gets a whopping 18 for primary. He had finally 8 points on turn 4, and then 10 points on turn 5 because he's able to start making them sticky and do the defend and stuff like that. For his secondary, though, he gets 21 out of 40. you could just see like the secondaries. He got 2, 2, 5, 4, and then 8. So he did really well in turn 4 and turn 5, which I think was just too late. For us, we get 46 with Death Guard for primary, because that huge turn 2, we're able to get 12 points on our primary, 12 points on our primary on turn 3, 16 on turn 4 when we stole his home field objective, and then 6 finally on turn 5 going second. For our secondary scores, we get 29 out of 40. Not huge, not bad, but not the best. So we finished up the game 85-49 in the Death Guard favor. So let's talk about this matchup. Let's get all this going over here. All right, so what did we notice? We ran basically 18 Death Rail Terminators. Now, 18 Death Rail Terminators are not... How do I define this? They're super fun, awesome models. It's Death Guard. They're kind of hard to kill with the -1 to wound if you're strength 7 or above. And with the sorcerers, we have 3 sorcerers. Every time they do their once per game ability, I always roll a 2 through 5 on 2d6. This game, I think I rolled a 3 and a 2. 3 and a 4, I think. So the 2 times that I did do it, I rolled super low, so didn't really proc or do anything. So don't rely on them for that, because every time I play them, it doesn't do anything. But you do rely on their 2+ -1 damage in combat in the fight phase. So with the Disgustingly Resilient, it should be 1 CP. I think Death Guard losing that automatically was just dumb on Games Workshop part. I think they should have kept 1 CP -1 damage in combat, because it's not even in the shooting, it's just in combat. If it's 2 CP, you should do for the round, or for the battle round. If it's 1 CP, it could be in the shooting phase or the fight phase. That way you keep it at 2 CP, like 1 CP each phase. But I think that was definitely a blow to Death Guard. The sticky objectives is really cool, and the new rule with the detachment with the either -1 weapon skill, -1 ballistic skill, or the -1 AP. In armies like this, you don't need the -1 AP. I think the flamers with 18 flamers at -1 AP is really good. I haven't tested it out yet, but there's also a CP strat for another -1 AP. So basically you get AP2 flamers if you're within contagion range of that. Now with this, I brought 2 things of Nurglings, because if I do the -1 weapon skill and then -1 to hit with the Nurglings, it stacks. So it's -2 to hit them in combat if they're infantry. So I think that would be a really good test. Instead of going against demons, going in against like an AC/DC unit, having them hit on 6s or 5s if they're at the +1 to hit, +1 to wound phase, or once per game. So I think this is definitely good for the current meta with AC/DC spam, Chaos Space Marines, Sisters, definitely really good into Sisters. And stuff like that. So this is definitely a good competitive list. I would definitely run it again. I might play this live on stream next time we get a stream game going. And then for the demons, I like the demon list. I don't know if Shalaxi is needed in the demon list, but somebody was saying this is why you don't run the Slaanesh demons, just because they die really easily, especially to just standard shooting or last cannons and stuff. So I don't know what Craig did to change up his list, but what I've seen on the table, I think he traded his 1 Slaanesh demon for a unit of Nurglings that didn't even die. They died in the battle shock step when they failed their battle shock and then took mortals. That was the only reason they died, or else they would have just fell back and just sat there. You have to get their points back. So if you guys are using these models and they're so high in cost, you have to make sure you kill something to get their points value back. So if they're 350 points, you have to kill enough to get 350 plus points. Shalaxi, 400 points, whatever she is. I know she's a lot. She has to make sure she's killing enough, which I think in this game she did. She just came down Rapid Ingress and just worked her way. She killed Mortarion by herself, like not even trying, just walked up, Mortarion dead. So I think Shalaxi being in a Rapid Ingress target is definitely a way to use her, to throw her at something, get her points back, and then just sweep up the table, the rest of it. So the way you use the vehicles as well, going up and down and getting that 6-inch charge with the shots and 6-inch charges, like they do a lot of work as well. So I like the Plague Bearers, I like the Seekers, I like the Soul Grinders. They're really cool. I like Shalaxi, and then maybe and obviously the Great Unclean went the 4 up Field of Pain. But anything else to test out the other 2 demons, trading other demons like corn demons or something like that, I think that'd be a really cool test. So that was the game, guys. Super fun game against Craig. Always, this is our Monday Night Gaming. If you guys are interested in this terrain, Rexar Lasers is our sponsor. You can click on any of the links down below. They have these clear plexiglass terrain, which you can use in any store, just bring for practice. And they also sell terrain on top. This is Craig's 3D printed terrain, but Rexar Lasers has their own terrain that is Games Workshop standard that you actually get to put on top of this terrain. And it's exactly the way Games Workshop has the layout. So I definitely highly suggest checking them out. If you use the code Dirtbags or Dirtbag, you get free shipping on orders over $50. So check them out. Really cool sponsor. They sponsor us everywhere we go for our tournaments, and they're based out of Texas. So if you guys are in Texas, local company, definitely support them. And if you guys are interested in the merch, head over to the merch store so you guys can support the channel. And if you guys are interested in competitive play, check out the Dirtbag Nation over at the patreon.com. But guys, let me know in the comments below what you like, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel, and we'll see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but there's only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar Dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive Dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the Dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40K, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40k 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000 point list, 1,500 point list, 2,000 point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive Dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other Dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. Because I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40K,
head over to Patreon, join the competitive Dirtbag or the Grandmaster, message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024 is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the Wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.